transport on our way to the first shoot I'm going to be doing in the new studio. I feel like I might have to like dub over this. Would it be okay? Because my mouth will be moving. We are following guidelines. So the Association of Photographers is, as long as you're being safe, because we need to still be earning money. So this is our own studio. The brand we're shooting with is Roop, and Roop conveniently shares the studio with us. So everyone who works for Roop and everyone who works for Published Image, which is just me at the moment, is kind of, that is their workspace. So we're all going to our own workspace, and yeah, we're going to keep it safe. I'm going to just bring you along for a little behind the scenes, just looking at our first shoot in our studio. It's not actually done yet. It's far from done. We've not done anything to it. I don't think it's even got a door on just yet, so it's going to look a bit raw. Told you there'd be no door. Oh, it's so dusty. So it's a little rough and ready at the moment. What do you think about it? Yeah? Wow, so dirty. They've just painted over the dust. So, my studio at home, our studio at home, is that, and I've got I've got about 4 times the size of that at least. Oh, one of the first things is going to be to paint this floor. Also, luckily I'm on a lav mic because the echo in here is pretty intense. It's going to be fun for setting up videos. But the ceilings are nice and high. Oh, I can't wait to get a vac on this. None of them look like they open, do they? South facing. I think well, you can see it now, so in the summer it won't be hitting us too prominently, will it? I think. Yeah, we'll deal with that one when we get to it. Just to be clear, this whole space isn't mine. This is between 3 of us. Something deeply satisfying though about sweeping. I really like it. Well, if you know how sprinklers work, the only way to set them off is to break the little canister that's in there. So if you got up there and smashed it, yeah, this floor is going to need a fair bit of work doing to it. Not work doing to it, it just needs cleaning really well. And then painting. I'm just going to paint it grey. You could put a screed on it, but there's some bounce in here, and a screed will crack unless you really fix this down. Oh, that was green before. No, I think they've just painted what wasn't already white, so they've just made stuff white. The thing is, they just needed to make it look, yeah, and then it's up to us to do the rest. There's so many wires that don't seem to do anything or go anywhere. Yeah, today's shoot, we're just going to set up a backdrop stand and drape some fabric off it and light it with some speed lights because, well, we had to get the train here, obviously, so we aren't going to bring loads of super heavy lights. Yeah, the natural light, I'm really looking forward to. What's it look like on me if you come over here a bit? Does it look all right? Well, these might let some really interesting light through. That's what I'm thinking. What's it like here? On me? Confused. So yeah, I'm going to set the background up. I'll just do that in time lapse though. Probably not. This is just a little behind the scenes. Okay, my bad. That didn't end up being as much of a behind the scenes of a photo shoot as it did me just realizing the extent of the amount of work that I've got to do to get this space looking and functioning correctly, looking and functioning exactly as I want it to. There's a lot to be done. It's kind of bigger than I even thought, and I knew it was a big space. I did a little bit of a time lapse. I completely forgot that it was all hands on deck for the shoot, and that Katie was going to be actually helping out with the setup and some of the modelling as well. So I fluffed that. I only had one tripod with me. I was using that for the shoot, so I couldn't even do a time lapse of the whole shoot. So I can't even like talk over it. I can't even talk just over some footage of it. I just did some time lapse of us setting up and us breaking down. Shooting in there for the first time made me realise some things, and I'm going to be able to do more in-depth videos on some of the things that come up moving into a bigger space. But one of them, the first one that came up, was I use speed lights, and I always kind of have. I went from doing like weddings and location portraits to doing some stuff in the small studio, but by the time I'd come to do product stuff, I was also doing video, so I use these lights a lot. So my only like flashes are speed lights, and they're just not powerful enough. They've been good. I've had these guys for years now, like 10 years, nearly 10 years, quite a while. 2 of these full power firing through a modifier still was only just enough, and then obviously I didn't have a second light to do anything with, so I just bought an Elinchrom strobe light. It seems good. I used it on a shoot the other day. Seems great to me. I have shot in bigger spaces before, but they've been rented studios, and so when you go into these spaces, they have lights usually in them that are sufficient for the space that they offer. You know, lights that are powerful enough to give you enough light in that space. So I'm going to see how it goes with this. Ideally, I'd love to get a bigger continuous light, so like the 300D from Aputure. It's pretty expensive, but it's one of the things I might need it. It's annoying. It's not the funnest thing to spend money on. But hey, I've written down here the other lesson was, and then I've just not written anything else. I can't remember what it is. But yeah, this was the first bit of me trying out the space, and it was really, really great to sort of get in there and try and use it. And I'm really excited to share some more stuff with you guys. Someone commented the other day about me showing the progress of like building this out. I don't have a huge budget for this, so this is going to be a really interesting one if you're in that same space, what tricks and what DIYs you can do, and hopefully I can share that with you guys if you like and subscribe and hit the notification button, so you will actually see when those videos come up of me doing weird DIY stuff to make this studio practical but cheap. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Please tell me that it's not gone out of focus. No, actually hasn't. Please.